I think I need to have a longer intro.
I feel like it's longer when you watch it online.
Yeah. Well, that's because you're already, but you got to get people in the chat. And like now we got one person. Hey, we got one person we can talk. Yeah. And it's even weirder because you're on like a more normal time and you're the one like, hey, I'm ready. Are you there?
Yeah. Today was different. It was a little bit different.
Yeah.
But you gotta get that Dane and Rex intro.
I
Get
don't
all
have to
the
pay you more royalties like
I
they
know,
are.
man. I'm in there 2 times.
Two time, man. Every episode, every play, you get like 2 times the royalties, like 6 cents per time they play, right?
Yeah, I think I get I'm building up the equity at the Double Eagle. So when I go there I can get a full meal. Appetizer,
Yeah.
me a side salad.
Oh
I'm gonna
man, you're
start a
gonna get an
side salad
appetizer and a
cheesesteak.
salad.
By the end of the year, I'm
You
gonna
got.
have a dessert. I think I don't know if I've gone one time or two. I think I went one time. We had it like in the banquet hall. We didn't even have it in the Double
Yeah,
Eagle. I
yeah,
didn't
that's
even
because
get
they were
to.
having a Christmas party or something there.
I didn't even get to enjoy all the luxuries of the Double Eagle.
I know. Yeah, I mean, maybe when you're back in Fort Wayne, you can at least go to the Double Eagle on Saturday night. I'm sure it's probably hopping then.
Yeah, I'm gonna just drop in. They was hopping the other night when they wrestled Adam Central.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah,
lot
they
of
had
people there.
man. That was the ones or the day before Christmas Eve, the 23rd was pretty good night of wrestling. Shout out to the professor who I was like, hey, are you guys gonna stream this 1 versus 2 duel? He's like, no, or no, he did say, thank you, Beaver. I appreciate you hog tying uh, Brad. I didn't want to have to bring up Wolfgang in the meeting.
They,
So
they
yeah, on Wednesday we had I was talking to us going back and forth with the man, the myth, the legend, the professor. I'm like, you guys gonna stream it? He's like, yeah, we'll stream it through our Facebook. And then he's like, oh, someone lost their password to it. So then he's like, can I do through Indiana Mats? I was like, yeah. But then I ended up doing it through what we use here is Restream. If you guys are into streaming stuff, and I'm like, how about we just connect that way? And I was able to put the scoreboard up there and do a lot of stuff. uh, it actually worked out pretty good. So we streamed it on all our socials, and that was pretty cool. And then you had Garrett versus Brownsburg. We'll talk about that a little bit more. And then Adam Central, Belmont. So I was watching 3 matches at one time. Is good night of wrestling.
Who was streaming the Brown? I didn't watch the Brownsburg Garrett. Who streamed that? The school?
Yeah, the Brownsburg did. So they always do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I don't think they had any announcers, but they did have. Oh, that sends messages that way too. Interesting. I saw I had notifications on my USA bracketing that I sent to myself. Yeah, so it was good. It was interesting. I talked to Kraus after the Brownsburg match, and I think he got a little bit of slack for not for going after Brownsburg, and I want to say he was going off. And it's kind of I think it was. I know Brownsburg's had. I mean, we've said it multiple times. Brownsburg's had a hard time getting duels, and Nick's like, I don't. We're gonna lose, but we can go out there and battle and fight and see where we're at. And I think it was a good measuring stick, and the wins and the losses you can use those as ways to build on your season. And it's a good time of the year because it's not the end of the season, so you're able to build that confidence and everything back up, in the next month or two, monthish.
And they still hung 20, right? They were able to get 20 on those guys.
Yeah. So it was a good duel too. I mean, they won. The Swarthwood and Bell match was pretty good. So they had a couple other good matches, and I mean, it's good for both teams. And Derek's going to come up to God's country next year, so
Nice.
So he gets to visit the railroader town. Be very good for him to see there.
Dang, man, we haven't had a Jose Diaz sighting in the chat all season, man. Garrett's tough, man. Garrett scraps.
Yeah. They go out there and they battled, and I know the Brownsburg kids were that they had. I think they match up fairly well with them, and especially in the upper weights. But they also had some good kids in the lower and middle weights that battled and weren't going to back down. I think a couple of them saw what there's some levels to these things, and there's
Uh,
on that team that are pretty good.
General's getting his stall ready for
Yeah,
next weekend for the
yeah,
weekend.
we don't want to. Hopefully, he remembers his armbands, his wristbands.
Uh, yeah, I think that's cool that they went down there and got that match. Honestly, like I think that's one of those things. Just chasing tough competition.
Yeah. So,
The Adam Central Belmont duel was good. I
yeah, it
thought
came
like
down to the last few matches.
yeah, I thought overall like the broadcast was really well. Obviously, those guys do a good job. We like those guys a lot.
Yeah.
But they had like Ike Rubel on. They had some other just different guests, and they were like celebrating all their third place finishers, which they had a ton.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just we talked about we went to the main event there one year when it was like Tommy Forte and Cody LeCount,
Mm-hmm.
like how much like Belmont loves the tradition of wrestling, and it's just a good wrestling town, and like obviously those guys put on a good show, and it was a good duel. They moved some guys around, so
Yeah. So, did Mooresville start today?
I think it starts tomorrow, right?
Wow. Okay.
Mater Day was today.
Mater Day started today. Yes, I have those brackets.
And Penn and Hobart wrestle are they wrestling tomorrow like at 4:00 during the day?
Yeah. Right, so they get home at a decent time, and there's nothing else. And then I want to say Concord and Mishawaka wrestle tomorrow, too, because Dolly there was like a seed difference between them, and I'm like, he's like, if we beat them tomorrow, can we get the better seed? And I'm like, you have to talk to the bosses that run this thing. That's above my pay grade. I think they were one or two off on that, so it was pretty funny. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the four big holiday tournaments. So it's gonna be
pretty. What they who did Penn wrestle last year? Like during the day, was it like Lowell, Michigan, or something? They wrestled.
I think they went up to. They went up to Michigan, and they were making fun of Harper the whole time, which that's so mean. He's a nice guy.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. They were calling him some. They were calling him some UFC fighter. I don't even know who it was. Patty.
Oh, Patty Pimlet. That's my guy Vargo on the Deepwater podcast. Around
Patty Pimlet. Yes.
A lot of MMA talk for those guys.
Patty Pimlet. I don't even know who it is, but it looks just like. I mean, he does look like he's a Harper.
Yeah, did Leon run 3 mats at Mater Day?
Hey, it's an old Catholic school. They don't have room for those giant field houses like Calumet, the new tech.
I know. Andrean does not have a big field house. I think they're trying to get a big field house.
Oh, you gotta donate more.
Well, I think they got like offered a bunch of money to stay in the same location, not move to Crown Point. So, I donate about $10,000 a year to those guys. So, give or take. Man, they did this thing at the beginning of the year. It was the super raffle backed by popular demand. It was like $50 a ticket. I had to set like 10 of them, like on top of the tuition I'm already paying. Like, I was like, no, and there was no like you get X amount of dollars off. Dude.
No, you have to. Yeah. At some point, yes, the fundraising for stuff is fun. Yeah, 3 mats, probably all they can fit in there. Yeah, so
it looked like good wrestling today. I think, like, hopefully, I mean, we were trying to talk about it before we went on. Like, Bo Jackson injury defaulted out. Yeah, that makes sense. If only that was true.
He had a big party this. Yeah. Everyone is celebrating.
Everybody. But we were talking about it a little bit. I seen Bo Jackson injury defaulted out. Hopefully it's nothing serious. I think he was having a really good season. He's having a really good season. I want to say he's had a really good season. So But a lot of the ranked matchups were pretty tight. Where they were close at, like obviously, I think a lot of times you get those like one. We kind of talk about like 1 through 10. You're gonna have.
I can't wait to see.
Dude, I don't. Hey, Modern Day, I bet does have a legit hospitality room.
Oh yeah, well they were. Yeah, we were down there. I know. Thacker's dad's. He was firing up the meat wagon. It looks good. Oh, got ran into the wall. Ouch.
Well, hopefully it's nothing too bad.
Yeah, that's a. Yeah. Hopefully that's.
It was early too. It was like pretty. I mean, whether the time on track's right or not, it was pretty early in that match.
Yeah.
Good. I was surprised that Rainey wasn't at 32. I was hoping to see a Rio Rainey rematch there.
Oh, nice.
Said he gave him all he wanted at the Ironman. Said he's gonna. Didn't want to.
Did he not even
wrestle back?
We got another Union County kid. So did he go up? Did Rainey? Oh, Rainey went up to. Was it Jaden or Jordan? So he wants gals. He wants to take out all of the Avon kids. No, there's only one Rainey in the. So did Jordan not wrestle? I guess. Interesting. So anyway, yeah. So that's good event, and it's kind of cool to see some of the Kentucky kids because they bring in some of the good Kentucky guys. You got Chef and Kessinger coming up. That should be a good one. Dowdy and Hetty. Union County has a good, solid team.
They do.
Oh, the other Rainey's up at 150. Holy cow!
Well, he wrestled. What did he wrestle at Ironman? He wrestled at 150, right? 44.
44 because you're the same weight as Shepard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they both are up weights. You got Butt and Cohen Long. That should be a good one.
Yeah, good. It looks like there's gonna be pretty good semifinals over there.
Yeah, long Butt matchup. since we're getting out of control already, might as well just throw that out there. Yeah, that should be.
I've seen that. That was a good win for Strevel.
Yeah, both Rainies are up weights. Ratliff, Wojciechowski from Civic Memorial. Bauman.
They have a Missouri team there also, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Don't give your kids. Don't give your kids abilities to text you. Morton Larson, that should be a good match.
Larson had a good one. Rideouts against Connor Hoare.
Yeah, that's a good weight class, especially with Indiana kids that they don't see a lot of the other guys from those areas in that state. So you have New Pal, North Posey, Roncalli, Avon, which they're fairly close, but they don't see each other. So that's good to see. It's always good to see those kinds of matchups because then you go on and okay, now Morton's wrestled some Indy area kids. Larson's wrestled some. He went up to Carnahan and stuff like that. You can kind of get a measuring stick with those. Like same thing with Flick and Burrow, who are in different areas. You can kind of get measuring sticks on other kids that they've wrestled, win or lose. Which is, I mean, that's what makes this holiday time why there's so many changes in the brackets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the Al Smith brackets are out.
They are released. It's not like a quick seating meeting.
Yep. Less than an hour. Thanks to Beaver keeping Harper under wraps. So yeah, I was just looking through these brackets because I haven't had time to look through that. There's some real good matches tomorrow.
I think, and they seeded 12, but really there's a lot of ways that you probably could have went, 16 deep where there's a lot of talented wrestlers. Yeah,
we were looking at some quarter brackets. There are a couple quarter brackets. We were just looking at like spot checking. I had like 6 losses in a quarter bracket, which is nuts. So there's some good matches. 113 is pretty loaded. I think most people probably saw the pre-seeds. I switched them around a little bit. I mean, I'll go over a little bit of, any of the coaches that were there probably saw or heard. you know, and the hardest thing in any tournament, especially high school, is seeding freshmen. I think they usually get kind of. It's one of those you want to kind of put them. Usually, you want to put them in a spot to kind of maybe prove it a little bit, but also you don't want to put them too low because I think people don't understand that. If you like last year, I'll just like Salas was 11 seed. He should have been a 3 to 5 seed.
Well, and we kind of talked about it. We talked about it a little bit yesterday because we helped with the seeding at the Spartan Classic. We had like a call, and then like you and I kind of talked about it a little bit today, and like a lot of those guys are seeing each other. Like, and we talked about Carver, and he was like, what did he start off as a 3?
Yeah,
and then it was like I think he's the 1 seed there. Like he's wrestled a lot of these guys, whether it's ISWA at IPO. In a lot of these tournaments, and it's I'm under the idea of more of like, hey, let's throw it out there, and if they want to like argue it, then let them argue it. Like, but I think that like I also want people to put their name on it. Like, yeah, that's not right.
Yeah. No one complained about that one, but like last year, I was like, Salas was 11 seed. He ended up knocking out the 6 seed in the round of 16, and then in the quarters, he knocked out the 3 seed. And so now these guys are going down in the consolations where let's see, the 11th seed, the 7th seed should really go up against the 11th seed in the consolations. But now, since Salas dropped him down early, now it's a 7-3. One of those guys should technically be in the placing round, or at least have a favorable match to get there. Obviously, there's upsets, but it's just like a cascading effect of seeding poorly. I don't think people realize, and same kind of thing with Verduzco, who was a 6 seed last year. He dropped a kid down earlier, and it hurts. I mean, I think it was a Mishawaka kid, and then he ended up having a tougher match in the consolations, and maybe he would have lost to the truer 6 seed, but it's just one of those things that's kind of that people, you don't really think about it until you actually look at the bracket and like, wow, we're going to send this top 4 seed down because we seeded this poorly.
Yeah.
And I think no one gave me any slack on the on putting Stanton and Carver 1-2, which I talking with their ADs, they have new ADs this year. So they're like, so how does this go and everything? I said, I know where the hot spots are. I know where the people are going to try to complain and try to weasel in and out of spots. So it's not like I don't know. I mean, a lot of it's self-explanatory and they understand it. It's just people trying to maybe get down to a better. They want to get away from people. They want to get away from Staples. They want to get away from Shepard. They want to get away from Salas. They want to get away from all these guys. But at the same time, you got to. I mean, someone has to wrestle them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Salas and Hazlett have basically been wrestling their whole life. So I'm sure there's a bunch of Salas Hazlett matches online from everywhere up until like last year. I know that those guys are looking to wrestle that match, but like, when do you get it in? Like, you're not gonna go to the Carnahan and bump up to wrestle because there's a chance you might not wrestle Hazlett because it's such a deep tournament. You're not going to Ironman and bumping up. Yeah. But both those guys are competitors. I'm sure if there was an opportunity to wrestle a duel, like they won't see each other past Al Smith till like sectionals. Yeah. But I mean it's just a tough spot, man. And those guys are in a tough spot because like if you're Salas, if you bump up to heavyweight, you're bumping out a good guy, a top 10 guy in the rankings. And if Cam's not cutting down, but it's contrary to what he said at the state finals last year, he was never going to cut down. Dang, bro. R.I.P. Yeah. But I think, those are matches. We talked about it a little bit I'm sure it was last week. It feels like 2 weeks ago with the holiday. Like, yeah. I just fully expect to see Staples up at 75. Like, and it's a pretty deep weight class with, Vinny Freeman, who's a D1 guy who they bumped to wrestle in the duel, and Carter Fielden, who's an All-American, and Griffin Van Ticho, who's a D1 guy. Sean Breedlove would have been the number 1 seed at 190, bumped up and beat yeah. So I thought for sure that we'd see that. I thought that was one of those things like I thought that was like one of those things that when I looked at the bracket and he was still at 65, and not that 65 is a bad weight, and that's his weight, but I mean those guys are always chasing matches, so
yeah. So out of 75 is pretty deep, a really deep weight class. 65 is not as deep. Still, there's still some good kids in there. Yeah. So I would have, there's two guys with state medals, one and three others with they were qualifiers. Plus you have Breedlove, who's had some national success and done stuff. Yeah. So that was 75 is pretty loaded. Top 5 guys there. There's a lot of weights. They're real good weight classes. And I think we got the seeding meeting done in less than an hour. So that's, it's one of those things I think given those, showing everyone kind of where we're thinking and with the, who they beat and who they've lost to, that kind of stuff on there. I think that makes things a little bit easier. I think one of the biggest things, you go into that meeting in the olden days and you kind of know where your guys, you're thinking, oh man, my guy probably slots in like a 3 to 5. And all of a sudden you're sitting at a 7 or 8. They didn't even seed 12 back then. And now you're panicking and you're like, whoa, what? I didn't know this or that. So now I think this helps people formulate their arguments earlier, but also know, okay, I don't have an argument to get, jump from 8 to 5.
And we kind of talked about it too. Like, there was definitely some jockeying of like trying to, and it's a huge tournament. It's an awesome tournament. We're gonna talk about it ad nauseum, I'm sure. And I'm sure next week it's gonna be a big part of it. I did get the call today. I'm gonna be back on the mic, so that's exciting.
Mike on the mic.
Mike on the mic. I'm gonna be butchering names. So
we need to make a graphic for that. I'm making a graphic for that.
I'm gonna be up here like making up names, doing my thing. But we were like kind of like joking, but like you would assume like you're going to this tournament to get tough matches, right? Like you're trying to like get an idea. Like, and now we have some nationally ranked guys in there, but like, wouldn't you rather find out now? Like, there's been people in the past that have been at that tournament. Before that tournament, you walk away, you're like, oh man, like that guy, dude. We talked about it the other night. Like last year, I thought Rowdy Bush was Justin Plank said Aiden Flowers over Matthew Staples, taking money, taking bets. All right. I mean, from Whiting to McGall to Whiting to bring them. All right, let's see what I can do.
There's an Uber delivery tax on that, isn't there?
I know, man. Send me an order. I'll see what I can do. But like we were joking. We're like, okay, cool. Like those guys just have them sit and we'll do final X, right? Like, yeah. If you're an nationally ranked guy, you sit to the finals, we'll wrestle the whole bracket, and then you wrestle the guy in the championship. Yeah. Is that how they really want to do it, right?
Come on. I know. Yeah. Like, no, everyone wants. I mean, it's like,
bro. You got to. We're talking about Cam Peel in the like north-south game, man. There's a name in there. Like, I'm hoping he makes it a day 2. I'm usually in the old gym. He's gonna be in the big guy gym. There's a name, bro. If he makes it a day 2, whoo.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yes. I wanted to see him number 1, to be honest.
Dude, I thought he should have got at least a seed. I mean, he didn't have the record to have a seed, but man, that's a name, boy. I thought they were messing with me. Honestly, I thought they were messing with me.
No, but he's only a freshman, and so we have 3 years for you to get. I will finance his training at the fort, so he can be a final.
CWA, man, Contenders. We got the.
Yes, and Contenders, our sponsor. But he's in the Northeast Indiana, so that's a long drive, and I'm pretty positive his horse and buggy would take him 3 days to get to CWA, unless they have one at the farm. I'll narrow it down. The farm.
Yeah, we got to get him in the finals. Yeah. I'm not gonna put him on blast right now. You can look to the bracket. There's a name. You're like, wow, man. That's out there.
Yeah,
and it ain't disrespect. I got some kids with some unique names.
yes. Yeah. Yeah. So that, yeah. But, and the worst part is he's a big guy. So he's in the big guy gym. So you can't even announce his name. You might have had to do like an hour stint in the big guy gym.
Man, that's a hike.
Take a bottle of water.
Yeah. a knapsack.
All right. Are you going to get some more t-shirts that say Dog Pound Red?
Man, honestly, actually, I was talking about that today with somebody. Like, man, I think Eric's the reason he's gone. I think Eric killed that guy.
Ran him out of town.
The
for some shoes.
The board hasn't been the same without him.
Yeah, we need to call him again.
He might be Baby Blue Wildcat now.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, honestly, we only had rumors.
We don't speak any facts. It's all rumors here.
Yeah, we only had rumors of what was going on.
So, yeah. So Al Smith, and we'll go a little bit more over that. The Mooresville is going on. That starts tomorrow. Was not seeded by us.
Mooresville has some interesting seeds.
Yes,
I would say there's some interesting seeds in there.
Yes, that looking over those, I would love to hear that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if people want us to seed it, we're not gonna say no. But if anyone knows anyone, because I really don't know their coach very well, I would like to know the seeding criteria. To be honest,
same. Oh, dude, without a doubt, it was a White Sox fan. No, Cubs fans do act like you guys must not get talk radio out there. You guys don't get talk radio out there. I didn't know that's where you were going with it. I just thought because he was Cubs.
Depends on what Cubs fans you're talking about.
Yeah, you guys must not get ESPN 1000 out in 4-way. That would not be the comment you'd be making. Yeah, there were some interesting seeds at Mooresville. Even where like some spots where it was like guys with some state experience, below guys, and I like when I see like seeds that are a little bit off it like that, and you're like, oh man, that guy has a medal, and he's so low. Like, what happened? It's listed on USA Bracketing. So like I was like, man, he's very low. Like he has a medal. Maybe this guy's from out of state. And then you find out they're not.
Seed criteria.
Read it off. I want to hear it.
I'm trying to find where it is. Wrestlers' weights. Bracket weights. Where? And I know there's probably a teams. Yes. Tell me where it is on the USA Bracketing, because there's a lot of stuff in USA Bracketing, but I do not.
And like it looks like for the most part, a lot of I know they were talking about it last year too. But I mean, like that, they get to be the new Spartan Classic, right? Like everyone wasn't a fan of how the Spartan Classic was blindly drawn in the past, and now I think they did a really good job seeding it. I mean, I only came in through halfway through, right?
Yeah. Yes. Officials, period length, reports, rounds, seed criteria. There we go. Returning Holiday Classic champion, same weight class. That's a bad criteria. Previous year tournament advancement, farthest advancement tournament series, varsity record. So
the number one is what?
Returning Holiday Classic champion, same weight class.
That's tough to do sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, same weight classes. But see, that doesn't explain 132 though. How is Benny Phillips?
Well, even 13. Did Braxton Aragon win from Lebanon win Mooresville last year? He's ahead of K. Jackson.
Yeah, Eli Brody is the 4th seed. Benny Phillips from Evansville Central, who nothing against him, but he was not in the top 4 in the state last year.
Well, did he win the tournament last year? I'm trying to pull up my track classic to see.
I guess, yeah. Let's see. I do have it here too. Let's see. Yeah. So if that is the criteria, but then that is not a Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're in different weight, which that's a really old school thing. Let's say, so who are the champions last year? Results, final results. Wicker, Dressler, Bullinger, Isaac Ash, Lane Horn. So that's why Horn got the number 1 seed there. I'm not gonna. I mean, if you want to put that on there, but then it should have been Boyd, and then actually it shouldn't have. It should have been Brody then Boyd. But if you want to be technical, Quarles, Kirshner, Nay, Beck, Major, Coy Bender. Yeah, so I don't know where Benny was.
Well, even at 13, like, I mean, K Jackson was the 3rd placer. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, it's a yeah. I mean, if you want to, I mean, and you made a good point when we were talking today multiple times. It's like it makes you look bad when you purposely seed poorly. You know.
Yeah, I wanna get to that too. I want to get to this. I have some questions retired also.
Yes. So yeah, it makes you look bad when you seed poorly. Like you're putting this kid from Evansville Central, who's a freshman, so he didn't even win it. Sorry, I just saw that over a returning top 4 guy.
Yeah, semifinalist.
Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? That's just bad. I'll call that out when it is. That's just bad. That looks bad on the tournament. It looks bad everywhere.
And I don't want it's taking nothing away from the kid from Evansville Central. 0%.
Yeah.
Like that's not like it's gonna be like, well, you're attacking this kid. It's like, no, I'm attacking like the seed of it. And maybe the seeds are off. Maybe the bracket's weird. And actually it's flip-flopped or something.
Yeah.
Maybe the 1 seed's actually another side of it.
Maybe it's on the bottom. Maybe they're like some like Michigan seeding where the 1 seed's on the bottom.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, I mean, if that's like that, that's fine.
It was, yeah. I was just looking at that today, and obviously, like, it's a good tournament. There's a lot of talented wrestlers there, and you're kind of glancing. You're like, nope. That's weird. That's a weird spot.
No, that's the correct one. It says on their thing says 1 through 2, 1, 2, 3.
I don't believe that he beat any of the kids that he's ahead of this year, right?
Nah, I'm pretty positive he has not beaten Boyd or Horn. Brody.
No.
Brody. Yeah, he has not beaten Brody. Brody, he wasn't up at Carnahan. And I assume those are his only 2 losses.
Yeah, just a weird. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, 113, you said, and I know there was another one, and where someone got in. Oh, you got 113. You have K Jackson, who was 5th last year? Or is he in the semis?
I think he was 5th.
5th. And then Braxton Aragon, like, what was he undefeated? I don't know. There's unless he beat Jackson, and we haven't gotten that report yet.
And so, like, I think that part of that is too. We talked about it a little bit on the Al Smith seeding, with some of the like semi-state qualifier like 2, and I can only speak to our semi-state, and I'm always intrigued by how their semi-states are. Like, if you're a ticket rounder at the semi-state, I was going to say something that I also said, but that's probably not suitable for the show. It's a disrespectful thing. As I said it, I felt terrible. But like, if you're in the ticket round and you beat a guy that was under 500, or like you're in the ticket round, and then but what's the quality of that ticket round? Like, you're not drawing. Like, I would say Kellen Chef's 5th place finish at his regional is probably pretty good. Like, I would say like 90%. I don't want to say 90. I'd say 80% of the 106 pounders last year probably weren't getting out of that sectional. This isn't the Deep Water podcast. I can't do that.
$9.99 a week. You get unfiltered mic pre-show.
Man, it's I think Cameron and Morgan.
We won't have to work, Mike.
Yesterday.
We won't have to work.
Man. But I think there's like like it's depth, right? It's a different like you're having different matches. Like there's gonna be different. I don't know. It's for that part of the seeding. I think like I mean, we talked about it today. Like, I'd rather like if I'm gonna put my name next to it, I want it to be right. And I want them to tell me like, hey, like we're gonna do it this other way. But I want it to be written down to say like, I think I said. I'll say. I think I said I can't count you being a semi-state qualifier if you weren't on the map for longer than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I said, like at that point, like if you were out there for 15 seconds, like I'm gonna count that as also a regional. Don't put that as your criteria.
Yeah, like and there's not all state qualifiers are equal. Not all. I mean, everyone. I mean,
now if you have a medal though, like medals are different. Like there's a good chance that you probably wrestled someone pretty well.
Yeah, and it's it's one of those things that it's hard to put that on paper because then you start putting more opinions into things and they don't. Actually, it's only a few. And one of the coaches I was texting back and forth. He's like 95% of the coaches think you guys are doing a great job with that. They don't have any question. They don't have any anything to really argue. And it's the 5% that are the ones that are, you know the ones that we're talking during the meeting that were the ones that want to argue and they want to try to jockey for position. And it's like, dude, let's do this the right way and let's put these guys. You got to separate and let them run it back. But at the same time, we're not winning anything. We're not winning the state title. I want to see those, if my kids seed a little bit lower, I never really, I use that more as motivation. Like, hey, they have you the 10 seed. Let's run this back to top 5.
I think, and I think like part of that too is, and I said it this today when we talked, like we're in a unique position where we're not angling for anyone to have a better seed. We're not like we have a more broader view of the state. Like a lot of people are just going to be with their blinders on, seeing what's ahead of them, and then like kind of playing it round by round. We kind of look over the whole thing, and I'm not saying like in a cocky way. It happens a lot when we talk about like national stuff.
Yeah.
Well, this kid, like he's this, yeah, but like, dude, like he's gonna go there and get smashed. Like, no, it's Indiana. You don't understand. Like, nah, I got a good idea. Yeah. Like, I see it a lot.
Yeah.
Like, but I think that like when you're doing that, like, and that's what I told you today. Like, it's not that like, hey, I don't like those guys know who's good and who's not good.
Yeah.
Especially the guys that are on the Team Indiana stuff, the ISWA stuff, that are doing these teams. They're doing some of these events. They know that like, oh, this guy is really good. Like, I've coached him all summer. Like, and it's like, okay, cool. Then he's good. But like, why are you? And I would use like, and we didn't get an argument for it, but I know like in the past, Drew Hughes or, Jesse or these other Caesar last year, you're very aware that these guys are good, right? Like you're that if that guy came to your school, you'd be the one arguing for him, but you're arguing against him. Why?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. Like, well, he needs to earn it. Okay, cool. Like, it's not middle school only for 3 months. And then now that you're wrestling a lot of these guys, like Carver was beating really good guys at ISWA.
Yeah. Yes, he was.
Like Jesse beat
Moran as an
Jesse beat Moran, going into high school when he was an 8th grader. Like,
yeah,
I just think it's like one of those, like, it's always like one of those things that I always find to be interesting. And it wasn't like I was the guy that's out there like, give me the number 1 seed. Like sure, I love that if Jim Watkins did that, but he's about as honest as they come as a human being in the wrestling world.
Brutally honest.
He's incredible. Like I think my brother was like the one at a conference one time. He's like, I was shocked. They said, he's the one. And I was like, why? Like, and, hey man, I love the guy, right? Like, but like, that's just how we were like brought up. Like, he's not gonna, and I'm sure anyone that's been in a seating meeting with Watkins will tell you the same. Like, he's not gonna lie on his guys and try to put him in a spot. Like, he wants to wrestle everybody. And obviously we weren't wrestling guys that were placing 5th in the world at that time, but I know it means a lot. I didn't wrestle at the Al Smith. We wrestled at Northmont when I was at Calumet, when it was all duels and it was hard. You couldn't just like lose 2 and, eat popcorn. You gotta take all the matches.
And you gotta take 5 lumpings.
Yeah, you gotta take 5 lumpings. I mean, Justin Plank wrestled like dude, that thing was nasty. But I think it's just one of those tournaments that, like, I know it means a lot to a lot of people, and being in the finals of the Al Smith probably means as much. I don't know. It's hard for me to like fathom the idea that being in the finals of Al Smith means more than being a state qualifier to some people.
Yeah,
but I think sometimes like you hear that and it's like, bro, like your priorities are off.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like, yeah, you want to try to make the finals. Do you think you have a better chance of beating MJ Staples in the finals, the semis, or the quarters? I think you have the same chance, about 0.
Yeah, he's really good. I mean, I don't.
Or we can go through the list of the guys that were the Final X champions that no one wants to wrestle.
But like, and obviously MJ is a returning champ as a freshman that did something that hadn't been done in a long time that they told tales about. But I would be willing to bet there was a lot of people last year that were saying the same thing about Roman or Routebush, right?
Yeah.
Like, probably there's been guys that have gone. That's the beauty of the tournament, honestly, of this tournament, is there's going to be guys that are going to come out of this tournament and be like, oh man, that guy can win a state title.
Yeah.
It's going to be someone that like people are like, maybe like his family like believes in him and like his friends, and he's going to leave and be like, that dude's in the mix to win this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or be in the finals. And it happens every year. Like someone's going to come out and be a star of this thing. And you're going to walk away and be like, and it might even be someone that wins.
Yeah. Like, there's going to be some guys that impress you and you're like, wow, that kid's good. And he has a pretty high trajectory because we thought he was here. And now actually he's about up to here. And
he
grew from there from IPO. Maybe he went 2-2 at IPO. Now he's run back for 3rd and has a tough loss to a 1 seed or whatever.
Look at Donald Bowie last year. How many people had Donald Bowie last year getting a medal going into Al Smith? Probably Warren Central coaches.
Yeah.
Like
the west side.
Yeah. East side, right?
East side.
The east side, represent the east side of Indianapolis.
The beast side.
But I think like beat Hawkins there last year. Like just came out and put on, right? Like,
yeah,
like that's a guy that came out as a star. There's always going to be that. And Ty John of Gary North Central coming in hot. The south side of Lake County. That's what they call that.
Is that considered the region?
I seen him riding a bike one time. It only had 1 pedal at Rorman Park. Dang, this kid looks mean. But I think that's always like the cool thing about Al Smith is there'll be someone you leave and you're like, dude, that guy's gonna make a run.
Yeah.
Like Donald Bowie last year, I'm sure. I mean, we're doing a top 5 list, and there's always people, and there's someone, and I'll probably say it there. Like I'm gonna be on the mic, and people have to listen to it, or they can just put their headphones on, whatever they want to do. But there's gonna be repeat state championship matches there. Like you're gonna be sitting in the gym and watch. I mean, you had Clinton Shepard and
Kyrell Lavelle.
Yeah, Kyrell Lavelle there, and Shep got the win, and it was like, man, we can run that back in a month, and or 2 months, and that's gonna be the state championship match.
Yep.
And it was, and that happens every year. Gary North Central coming in hot. Broadway, call that IUN. You got a full scholarship. But I think that's always like one of the cool things of the Al Smith to me, like watching it as like the years, and I've got like a pretty good seat now, is like you're able to see like a guy, it's gonna make some noise.
Yeah.
Gary only has one, I think, public high school left, Gary West Side.
Yeah.
No more Lou Wallace, Horace Mann, Roosevelt. You can go visit Roosevelt. Roosevelt looks like an old school, like high school from TV in the 80s. If you go around back, you can go to the I think it's like Delaney Project or Michael Jackson's house, right behind Gary Roosevelt.
Well, are they going to build the new stadium, the Bear Stadium, right outside Michael Jackson's old house?
Nah, man. I think they're saying Buffington Harbor or Wolf Lake. The Bears would be incredibly smart to build in Indiana. I think you get better tax break, better infrastructure. And someone's like, it's too bad. And Gary's bad. Like, bro, they're trying to put this at the Michael Reese spot in the south side of Chicago. You're telling me the south side of Chicago is worse than Gary? Not as bad as Gary? Hyles Anderson, that's Baptist College, bro. Man, they built like a beautiful home right across from Hyles Anderson. That's where that must be Eric's house. It's it's just like you're driving through like a regular neighborhood. You look over and there's this beautiful, huge home just out of nowhere. Like if someone won the lottery, it's like, I'm not going to move my property. I'm just going to put a really nice house here
now. Morgan said I'll have to share another one before off air, but 7-seeded wrestlers at the Spartan are out already. Before weigh-ins. Yeah, before weigh-ins.
Tough, man. Tough weight. Let's go back to this Jack Davis, Bishop Chittard run. This is pretty wild to me, and I don't think it's ever happened, and to my knowledge. They're going to wrestle the Spartan Classic, and then turn around and wrestle the Al Smith, and then turn around and wrestle Team State. It's pretty wild.
Yes. We did for a couple years. Team State was it was like Tuesday, Wednesday was Al Smith, and then Team State was Saturday. That we did that for like 2 years, I think. That was brutal until they moved Team State back a week. And we did that. It was like a couple years where we did that, and that was the kids were just like, dude, I'm taking about 7 losses in this week. It almost was because they knew it was going to be some tough matches, and it was tough to keep them focused, keep them not from getting hurt and everything. Yeah.
Bro, see, I told you it's a $7 million home directly right across from Hyles Anderson, just like in the middle of nowhere. It's crazy. Like it's in the middle of, it's like kind of like up a block. It's not like a hood, but it's like Pine Island's not the nicest. I think there was a couple murders there when I was living in that area. And and it's, so it's a little bit further from that great Thai food place in front of there, though, if you like Thai food.
Murders and Thai food. What else do you need?
Nothing, man. That's how you live it. So Jack's a warrior, man. He's gonna run the gauntlet. He's gonna find out really quick, which tournament's better, the Spartan Classic or the Al Smith.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, that's a gauntlet. And I had to do a double take, and I was like, oh, I gotta remove them from the Spartan.
I am sad though that they're only bringing like half the wrestlers to the Al Smith.
Yeah, we'll have to work on that. But yeah, I was gonna see. He's gonna see where he's at, and hey, going after the 2 toughest tournaments in the state, basically.
We're gonna have to bring Fargo. We're gonna do a deep water podcast at 5-Star Thai. Eric sees it. Spicy catfish, man.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, I don't think we really need to go over brackets. Not too much happened last week.
We talked about the big duels, Franklin over Columbus East. That was a good duel.
Yeah, it was a real good duel. Lots of back and forth matches, and they might. Yes, for some odd reason, he shows up every day. Maybe if you're lucky, nah. There's another. He's not coming to Al Smith. He got banned.
And then we talked about Garrett and Brownsburg, and then Belmont beating Adams Central. It was a good duel. It was really good.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna obviously Mater Dei Classic going on right now today and tomorrow. They're in the semifinals, round of 12, I think, right now. So 3 mats, kind of slow going, but you get to feature the matches. As I get state, I was talking to someone about our state finals. I go, I like how it's 4 mats. They hold the mats. That's one advantage we have. You get to see all 106s, and you're not just rushed in and out trying to get six classes done and have 15 mats and all that stuff. So I did, hey, that's what they do it there. That's, it's a good tournament. Yeah, Al Smith will be Friday and Saturday. I don't think it's the first time in a while it's been. I don't remember it ever being after New Year's.
I might get a Mafawetta from McCree's.
Yeah, but it might be. It should have been. It should have been Tuesday, Wednesday, because it started snowing really bad. This afternoon, really bad weather. Usually, that's how you get there is like through a blizzard and stuff.
Did you get a lot of snow? We had like probably less than an inch, but it was real windy.
Yeah, it's windy, and we got a little bit of snow, but it's icy on the way home from work. There's a truck on its top in the ditch on one of the main roads here, and I wanted to stop and turn, and I started slipping and just getting a little icy. So I'm glad I got home when I did. So
I know there was a couple of weights where we talked about, like, most of the weights were full for Al Smith, but down low there was a couple of weights that were a little bit lean. I would like to see them possibly go to like a petition one, especially this year where you had some schools cancel some events a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago now, 3 weeks ago, and then early on they had some, but it had to be like the right fits, right?
Mm-hmm.
It couldn't be like heavyweights completely full. Like I think like there's not all 32 teams have a heavyweight.
Yeah, I thought when I was looking through the seating stuff, there were not. Let's see. Yeah, there weren't very many weights really with. Let's see, where's that?
I do like that the Spartan Classic allowed some teams to double up too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. They allowed 18 wrestlers. You can bring up to 2 in a weight class, so you could bring 9 weight classes of 2 kids. And I know. I was just gonna say, I know some teams were kind of using that. Some kids that were close together, kind of using that as a gauge, and it maybe one guy just is a room wrestler, and the other guy might be a little bit better. But now you put them in the same tournament, let them run it out, and hey, now you have some better data to maybe pull a move of, hey, this guy beat you, you can still do pretty good there.
Well, you look at a team like Crown Point, 106 was one of the ones where you had 2 guys that are pretty good. Like Louis Kennison just beat the number 11 ranked guy. Was he number 19, 11?
19 on Mat Scouts. He might be 11 on Flow, but yeah, he went 1-1 with him.
Yeah. So he's pretty good. And then Javier Salas, I don't know if it's the second or the third. Javier Salas' kid, he was in the lineup early on. He had some good wins. Like that'd be a guy, like if you like filled in those weights, like, hey, we'll get him a match. Or I'm sure Center Grove has some depth. I know Don Brown wasn't in the bracket. Is he out or?
Yeah, he's out. He's getting a weigh-in though. I know he's on the weigh-in only sheet.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I know he was hoping to possibly be back by Al Smith, but I think
they have 2 pretty good 26s behind them that have pretty good wins. Daniel Laraca and Marshall, both pretty good. I think some of those spots were just to fill the bracket, not have as many forfeits or buys. I think, you want to get those guys the 7th, or is X is the 12th, right?
Yeah. Yes.
B is the 7th. I have to think of my WrestleManias.
Do we need to rank at WrestleManias?
Man,
I can't stop wrestling after like 5, but
we could. I mean, I started watching it for a while, and then one day we were flipping through the channels, and The Rock was on there, and my daughters had seen him on like Return to Witch Mountain or something, and we watched it for a pretty solid 5 years. I think every year of elementary school, Osi thought she was gonna be a pro wrestler until she was found out.
I remember those pictures. We don't speak in what's it, Roman letters around here.
Roman numeral.
Yeah, Roman letters, Roman numerals, whatever.
So
see, I know more stuff than you do.
I do think this is the time of year where you're starting to see some guys move weights and stuff like that too. So always interesting for the rankings. Did we get rankings out today? I seen you were talking about some semi-state rankings.
I don't know. They never gave me the final yes or no, but I guess I better check them. We did get team rankings, and I need to post graphics. I'll do that tomorrow. Just with all the seating stuff, it got pushed back, so we'll get graphics. I didn't even look at them because I was so busy at work. And there, I assume we have a new number 1 at 3A. I'm just going to take a wild guess, and that is probably so 1A. I know 1A is the same. Southmont, Rochester, North Miami. Garrett's number 1 at Garrett, Hanover Central, Belmont, New Prairie. I think maybe Belmont went over New Prairie. 3A, obviously, you're going to have Franklin, Columbus East, Bloomington South, Lowell. And then 4A, I'm going to guess at Brownsburg, Crown Point, Center Grove. So I don't know if Center Grove, I think that's been the same for a while.
45 teams at the Spartan Classic.
Yeah. And Dane did go 15 on the team rankings. So hey, there's Garrett or Carol. Carol's at 15. So
pretty good.
Yeah, we didn't really go over the Al Smith brackets. I mean, there's some good brackets. There's some good quarters. It's a tough tournament, man.
Yeah.
Like overall.
Yeah. I mean, there's not. I don't know if do we want to go over the brackets or.
We just go real quick.
Can a little bit. Hold on a second. I can pull up the brackets in a lot better format because I have
admin.
Yes. Individual brackets. So I want bracket templates now. Scroll no order by. Darn it. I was hoping I could. I was thinking I could. Smith Wrestling Classic. No, not that one. USA Bracketing. There we go. I don't know if this is going to work very well because I need to make this smaller so we can just see the championship because that's all we care about. We're in Indiana. We only care about the champs. Oops, we need to make that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that doesn't look very good. Actually, let me. If I do that. Nope. I gotta take hide chat overlay. Undo. Okay. Hold on a second.
We're all small.
Why is this not letting me do that?
106 is like always one of those weights too, where you have some really talented returners, and then you have some guys that are returning or incoming freshmen that are really tough. So,
yeah, there we go. That's better. Okay. Maddox 1 seed. Some matches we're kind of looking at on there. Benninger versus McCoy. Probably second round. That could be a good one.
Yeah, it was good to see Benninger back for the Adams Central Belmont duel.
Yeah. Not really. This one's pretty well separated. There's pretty good defining line in the top guys there. Oh geez, 113. That's pretty loaded weight class. That one we could have probably seated about 20 and still been a little bit. Feel like we left a couple guys off. You got Nick Freeze, Jackson Jean, round of 16. They're both seated, but that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, Nick Freeze, Jackson Jean had a really good tournament there last year.
Yeah, Sierra versus Trevor Munsell, first round. Sierra's a returning state qualifier and placer there.
Munsell was semi-state kid last year, right?
I believe so. And then the winner of that gets Roman Marquez,
who was up a weight last year. Quarles and Carter Gary, little NCC rivalry right off the bat. Lowell and Hanover Central.
Yep, that should be good. And then the winner gets Tate St. Laurent. This quarter bracket, this top of the bottom bracket, Areta.
Cruz Oweta.
I will get this. Oweta. He has Anakin Burkholder from Concord, Brady Baker versus Max Kleberg. You have 6 losses in that quarter bracket. And 1 seeded wrestler. That's pretty nasty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a deep weight. Just overall, like Chase Michael's a state qualifier. Brody Blevins, real tough.
Yeah.
Head was a semi-state kid. Westfall got a medal. So Mobley was a semi-state kid last year.
Yeah, and he'll run into Westfall. So yeah, that's a brutal weight class, and don't be surprised if there's some upsets there. 120.
What's Maddox? Is that the one that won?
Connor Maddox.
Yeah, Connor Maddox.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah, I know.
He won the Ironman. He's pretty good. So you got Carver there, Carver and Stanton, 2 freshmen. Mike just wanted to get Stanton a little bit better seed for some help with softball scholarships.
Trying to get softball tickets to IU.
Hey, we're not we're not. We'll take bribes. We're not opposed to that. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can. There we go. That's even better. Maybe. So up top, some matches going down. Jacob Powers with a 3-5 record. He had a win over somebody. I can't remember.
Riano,
yeah.
Sometimes the Crown Point kids come in there with those tough records because they just hit Ironman and Carnahan.
Yes. And so yeah, Travis Gamble versus Josh. Oh no, I thought Raby. I was thinking Raby or somebody else.
I know they had a Kuna match and Powers that Kuna Powers match that was like the first match of the year. They were saying that Kuna got up pretty big, and then Powers was starting to storm back a little bit at the end. But that's not an easy one right off the bat with Leo Grimm. Yeah,
Leo Grimm, Powers. That should be a good one. Gamble, could see Chance Smith. Gamble's pretty solid, and Warren Central has some kids like that come out of nowhere, and you guys, they're pretty good. Ray Paul Stenner, possibly around the 16. Nathan Scott's pretty solid. Dane Van Veldhoens. That should be a good one there. Gabriano versus Stanton first round. So that's going to be, you get a number 2 seed and you get a guy that basically was 13th seed.
Yeah.
So.
Do you feel like if you're past like a certain spot in the seed, you're just throw them in the bucket and like pull it, like hope for the best?
Yeah. Sometimes you'll get it. Verduzco, top seed at 126. Let's see if there's any other big matches.
Diaz and Need, another wrestler at the Harvest.
Yeah. Diaz and Isaac Ruff, we'll see 3 losses each.
Gabe Veet and Jude Pratt. I think that was one that we kind of waffled back and forth on. Jude Pratt's a really talented freshman. Veet, I believe, was a semi-state guy last year, senior.
Yeah, and then the winner of that runs into Josh Kite. So that's a pretty good quarter bracket. Not even a quarter bracket. That's a 16th of a bracket, I guess. I guess it's a quarter. You get to the quarters. Let's see. Jet McGuire, wrestling for Warren Central. That's a past placer.
Dylan Marshall has some really good wins for Center Grove. 12-3. He's got a lot of mat time. I know he did well at the swing kickoff or the Center Grove thing. So jumping in there as a backup, he's a guy that's pretty dangerous. He can make a run.
Yeah. Ben Mills from Belmont's pretty solid too. He was one of those that were just outside the seed. He was 20-2. Actually, him and Kreiderman were really close. Was he the last? That might be for that seed.
And that's a tough one. And then the winner of that's going to have Brady Miller, who just came off a huge win over Jackson Lavin.
Yeah. Okay. No, Kreiderman's a 7 seed. So, but yeah, they were pretty close there. And that ends up, so yeah, that's going to be a good one. And then, Brady Miller, Fleming, 132, Gavin Lewis up top. it's easy when you see the records. Callan Ori, Isaiah Bukamiya, that should be a good one. In the round of 16. Kiros, Humberg is pretty solid. And Westfield is a real solid team. I guess we didn't even mention about Westfield. I guess we'll wait till we get to the bigger guys. We'll mention what happened.
Yeah, Humberg just had a huge win over Jet McGuire.
Nice. That's a good win for him.
That's a good one off the bat. Caleb Asa, Gavin Reed.
Yeah, that should be. I mean, two sophomores. They're gonna. And this is a tournament you don't want to get put in the backside early. Dylan Wills, he did get seated. So, that's a good bracket. You got Hunter Mallory, Warren Brown. That should be a good match.
So winner gets Dylan Wills. That's a really good match right there.
Yeah. Aiden Campbell. They got Brady Shannon, Ethan Poling, and Jackson Ingram. I mean, that quarter bracket has some losses, but Aiden Campbell's pretty solid. Jackson Ingram only has 3 losses. Shannon 5. I mean, that's yeah. So 38 Stanley. He's pretty good. Got Eric Hunt undefeated. Aiden Hartman 1 loss, possibly in the round of 16. So that's pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of undefeated. It's interesting if you'll see some undefeated guys, and you automatically think, well, they should be the 1 or 2 seeds, but they are 5 or 6 sometimes even lower, and that's strength of schedules and stuff like that are huge, and just having past experience.
Henry Farrote and Luke Johnson probably wrestled at Goshen early on, so you get a rematch of that.
Yeah,
it's just like college football. The undefeated teams aren't always first. The number 1 seed.
Exactly.
Shout out to my boy Abraham O'Neal heading to the finals.
Yes, he's got a Donald Bowie possibly.
Who? And for college football?
No. Let's see any other good matches up there. I
think that bottom quarter bracket, obviously, Stuckman 5-1, Hunter Douglas 18-0, Kyle Smith, returning semi-state guy 5-2, and Jacoby Moore 14-3 in the state rankings. Yeah. That's a good quarter bracket.
Quarter bracket with 6 losses again, and these are. I mean, Hobart Russell's a good schedule. Northwood Russell's a solid schedule. Warsaw does. Homestead obviously. They were at the Curry Clash.
Yep.
Hornsby, number 1 seed. Got Rains versus Jared Quazenda. That should be
that'd be a good match. Quazenda, I'm sure Paul will tell me how to say it. He's a talented freshman. Like, that's a kid I know that they're pretty high on.
Yeah, the winner possibly gets Alec Washburn, who's pretty solid. That's a good one. Tatum Jones 1 loss. Yes, possibly Dalton Robson, Amron Pratt, Brian Thomas. That's gonna be a good first round match. Thomas is pretty solid.
And then you got Trevor Crump and Cameron Cooper in that same. That's pretty good.
Yeah, good quarter bracket there. Let's see. Cash Mays end up getting in a pretty good spot for not having much criteria. Kokendorfer, Gardner both have 2 losses. The winner gets a good one.
That's a good one out the bat.
Yeah, so a lot of good ones here. Then Tejan Newell. So Luke Reed from Valpo is not seated in any bracket because he's not wrestling.
Yeah, he'd
Spartan.
He'd be at the Spartan, but he's out.
Shepard, and then there's some other wrestlers in this weight class. Any other matchups that you see coming up early?
Yeah, I think that'll be an interesting match. Marcus Malone, Ian Hutchinson. I don't know if they hit at the. Hutchinson was up a weight. He's down at 59. I think he was up at 57, right?
Yeah.
Schwarzkopf was down at 25 or 26 at one point. Now he's up at 50. I think that Wolpert, Joe Pawn, David Bolin, Elijah Wright would be a good quarter bracket. Joe Pawn, a really talented freshman. His only loss is Luke Reed.
Yeah, the Wright kid from Garrett's pretty solid too. He's just been at big boy weights, and that's not easy as a freshman or sophomore. So yeah, that's gonna be a good quarter bracket.
Hank Fennessy, Markel Shelton would be a good one right off the bat too. Just tough draw right there for Markel.
Yeah, then you got Graydon Staley and Maxim Kolonik. That's a good quarter. That you didn't want to be a number 2 seed because you got some pretty tough brackets right there. Quarter bracket just to get the quarters. 57 Hybert, he's pretty good.
Charlie Schaefer, Colby Smith, Charles Farrote, Lincoln Underwood. Those the second round. Second round of this way is going to be really good. Vanderloo Guerin having a really good year. You got Jack Davis down there with a medal, but Vanderloo Guerin has a win over Parker Reynolds this year and basically has a win almost everyone in his bracket except for the 1 and 2 seed.
Yeah. That shout out to Center Grove and seeing some good competition early. I think that helped us out a lot. Center Grove wrestling Bloomington South and Cathedral, that helped them out, helped a lot of guys teams out. So I'm seeding this properly, thankfully.
Yeah.
Al Smith is deep. We
talked about Jack Davis running the gauntlet.
Yes. So 165 Staples. He's pretty good. Ezra Ostler from Bloomington South. Moses Howard, Wawasee. Mansilla coming in undefeated as a 5 seed. Grime.
Yeah. Ticket rounder. He was up a weight last year too. He's pretty tough.
Yeah. There's one good guy. There's one really good guy, and then there's a lot of guys that are going to be fighting it out there. Porterfield has a win over Grime. Ben Clark was maybe he'll tag his brothers in. Maybe we'll see his brothers. I told them they both look small. I thought they were cutting weight. They both wrestled 97 in college. Luckily, they're nice kids, and they don't mind joking.
I think Grayson Strickland was up a couple weights last year too.
Yeah. Should be. This is gonna be a kind of wide open. This is a weight that you might see some guys that kind of open your eyes. I think 175 might be the deepest, with one of the deepest weight classes, like 1 through 5.
Well, I think
you got Freeman.
Yeah, even past that, I think there's a lot of really talented guys.
Vincent Freeman. He's got a state medal. Sean Breedlove is the 5 seed. He'll have possibly Van Titchell in the quarters.
Granger's a returning state qualifier, up a weight at 90.
Yeah.
You got Tim James in there too, who's pretty talented. I think they left it. I believe Granger beat him. Yeah, Breedlove has a win over Hardin. Denny Allgood is pretty good. Allgood is good from Bloomington South. Breedlove's been wrestling really well.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that he's a 5 seed here, but he would have been the number 1 seed at 190.
He was high on my secret ballot.
Yes. So you got Lincoln Cooper, bottom side Cooper, and then Josiah Payne, Jimtown, Israel Sonnet. That could be a good one. Sonnet, returning state qualifier is a 6 seed there.
Yeah, Caden O'Neill has had a win over Granger.
Mm-hmm.
Ashton Hans I feel like Ashton Hans always had a really good Al Smith.
Yeah. And then you have Carter Fielden on the bottom side. He has Bishop Chittard. You might want to get some revenge from didn't he lose last year to Chittard at Team State?
He's wrestling Bishop forfeit from Bishop Chittard, so I don't think I don't know if he's going to have to
overlook anyone at the Al Smith.
That forfeit he might be the scale.
Yes. You can't overlook anyone at Al Smith. I would not, I don't trust I wouldn't trust those Chittard guys. Maybe they'll just slip in a wrestler. You never know. Maybe Spangle will actually weigh in and wrestle in that spot. and record it for his podcast.
I don't know if Spengler wants that. Kyle Harden, number 1 seed at 190. I thought Christopher Herrera from Portage, sophomore, wrestled really well out the gate, 13-5. He's in the same quarterback as Calvin Stewart. Alec Tatum was a state qualifier from 2 years ago. Really talented junior. I believe he was runner-up at freshman sophomore state to Corey Tante. That's a tough one right off the bat. Byron Balzel. Is it Balzel? Warren Central's had some good wins. He was third at Marion County. Got drawn out of the hat. That's a quarterback. It's pretty tough because Bryce Montgomery. That's probably a good football. Bryce Montgomery's a pretty good football player for Maryville. Alec Tatum's a pretty good football player for Hobart. I don't know about the other two guys, but I know those two play football at a pretty high level.
Isn't Tatum a quarterback?
He is a quarterback. I think Bryce is a safety.
Nice.
Or maybe he's a linebacker.
Yeah, that's a good weight class. McMahon.
We're just gonna skip right over Prairie High's 3-3 junior.
Oh.
Huckleberry Brandleberry.
Huckleberry Brandyberry, yes. He has a tough one with Leslie Retzloff, but we're pulling for Bradbury. You know he has a twin brother. His name's Mason.
So one's gonna be really tough.
Yeah. Is it like a boy named Sue?
Boy named Sue.
Oh yeah. So Austin King, Northwood, pretty solid. Lucas Anderson, that should be a good one. Caden Uran, John Stryker, and yeah, Xavier Palacios in the bottom bracket. 250.
Oh, Caden Uran hurt his shoulder I don't know. I said shoulder, but I don't even know if it was shoulder. At Carnahan, I'm happy to see him in the bracket. I know he was banged up in the match with like Nathan Mazda Kawa, who's also wrestling really well at the Evansville Mater Dei Classic.
Yeah. 215, Cesar Salas is pretty good. This one was a fun one to see just because there was a guy you had to pivot off of, and then a bunch of people just kind of started piling on with wins. So Cesar Salas.
Dang, bro. Now you got to go to the 219 Gorilla Gym to get swole. Can't be saying that.
You're gonna go get swole with them. They like to lift weights, heavy weights. Be hitting dingers. You'll look like Mark McGuire.
Dang.
And Sammy Sosa.
But I didn't cheat.
Define cheating, bro. Clayton Miller, Aiden Hunt, possibly. Clayton Miller has 2 losses, but always really tough. He was in that match with number 2 ranked Falor right to the very end. He ended up getting pinned. Like, dude, there was a really short time in that match. Hunt's undefeated.
I got 6 losses in that quarterback at Flores, Boylan, Rosello, and David Warren. So 2 undefeated guys, and they're the 2 guys that aren't seeded.
Who seeded this thing?
So yeah, Mason Grube for Bloomington South. He has some solid wins there. Brady Eichelman from Zionsville. Him versus Santiago from Concord. That could be very interesting. Man, that's another pretty good quarter bracket with only 9 losses. Jackson Washburn from Chittard. So yeah, Keaton Gibbons, Chesterton, Landon Reynolds, then Johnny Bear, pretty solid sophomore. Preston Perez, that's gonna be a good round of 16 match right there.
Preston Perez has been behind some really talented upper weights for Hobart the last couple of years, but yeah, that's a good spot. Derek Morton, last year's runner-up from the Al Smith, number 2 seed.
Yeah. Has there been 4-time champs at the Spartan, haven't there? Kroll, was she a 4-time champ? Or no, she lost the 1 year. Yeah, she did. I think.
I'm sure like some of those Cathedral guys. Cathedral was there for a long time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they were.
I mean, was Lance there? I mean, he had 177 wins.
I don't think he had any losses either. About 169 pins, I think.
Yeah,
something like that.
I think if he was there, he had 4.
Yeah. The
heavyweight's good.
Yeah,
I
man,
know,
that's a deep weight class.
I know they're going to be looking at the 1 and 2. Obviously, a returning champ and a returning semifinalist from 2 years ago that were in the semi. Was that the finals of the IPO?
Yep, finals of the IPO.
Both really, really good. Different body types, different styles. That'll be a good match. But man, there's a lot of really good heavyweights here. There's a lot of good heavyweights across the state. But
yeah,
McNeil and Vanderwood. Vanderwood's a freshman, a little bit undersized but talented. Kyle Sommer just got a win over Declan Guard. His only loss to Hartle Road. Tony Brooks, a super athletic heavyweight for Crown Point. Damon Stearns has a real talented heavyweight for Riley. No Jakari Markey. I was sad to see Jakari not in the bracket yet.
Yeah, I know he has an injury. Man, that'd have been, just throw him into this bracket and you could have seen, man, that knocks somebody. Yeah, I think that knocks Stearns out of being a seed, so then he's a random draw in there.
Hank Redmond kind of jumping a couple weight classes. Got a motor. Him and Noah Martin on last, what was that? Friday, Wednesday. That was a good, man.
Tuesday.
They're all blending together now. Jacob Reynolds, Diesel. You got Diesel, TikTok star.
Yeah, man, we need to have, we should have got Diesel and Redmond to wrestle, because Redmond he's the YouTube star and you got the TikTok star.
He does like
better YouTube or TikTok. Right? Yeah.
Maybe we can get a little matchup.
Yeah. Maybe a content matchup.
So then down the bottom, Grady Baker, 20-2, had a loss to the Laporte kid, kind of dropped him in the bracket a little bit, but kind of found a good spot there where he's going to be able to get some matches.
Yeah, Reynolds and Baker wrestled in the first round at semi-state last year.
Oh,
so a little rematch, a little Belmont Garrett rivalry could be juicy. Does Baker have? What's he run on? Does he run on unleaded or diesel?
Josh Diaz, 16-1. His only loss to Cam Hazelet. Aiden Pageant, I believe he was a semi-state qualifier last year, down a little bit of weight. We're missing a ranked guy here. He's graduating mid-year and heading off to Ohio University to play football, so can't fault the guy for getting an education and chasing his dreams.
Yeah, so you guys didn't, that's Joe Maverick, who he looked real good when I saw him at Westfield, and when Big Tony or Terry, I always call him Tony because there was Tony O'Neill, and that was a teacher at my high school. Told us that he left early. It's kind of disappointed, especially. I thought he could. I mean, he run it to the semifinals at least, and have a shot to do pretty well at state. So yeah, but
which is time another guy that would have dropped some guys in the bracket too.
Yeah. So you had two guys, one guy with a state medal, one state placement. Man, ooh, that might have been the toughest weight class. So Baker
on that bottom part, Connor Olson, I believe he's up a weight. Jake Ludke is in Illinois. I believe he was a freshman, sophomore placer in Illinois. And then Hartle Road, obviously. Good to get Hartle Road back out there. I'm happy he's back on the mat. Hate to see that he lost a year last year, especially coming off of a huge win in Evansville at state a couple years ago.
Yes.
Greco champ, right?
Greco national champ. Yes. So we want to go right into what we're going to rank. I don't think you're going to be able to do this one, though.
What is it?
It is. Let me see.
Is it my thing?
No, it's something else.
Uh-oh.
It's best Al Smith matches.
Oh, dang it.
I got 5 of them.
You got 5?
I got 5. And I got an honorable mention.
Yeah, I got a couple honorable mentions. Let me clear this off, and then we will.
I thought we were going to do the video game ones.
No, we got the Al Smith coming up. We'll do video games when it's a little bit slower week.
But I won't be on to rank them.
Hey, it happens. So we are ranking the best Al Smith matches in our opinions. Some have some personal, some personal feelings mixed in. So I know
Mine might not have as many personal feelings.
My number one is going to get some people riled up, but there's some personal things in there. So do you want to start, or I don't remember who started?
I can go first. My number 5, I was on the mic for it. It was a couple years ago. Really cool moment. Juliano Ocampo over Mason Jones, 2-0. Only female champ in Al Smith history. And Mason was super cool about it. I remember he had came up. He's like, "Yeah, it was closer than the last time we wrestled."
Like, yeah. What? So that would have been 2023, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was a good one. I didn't even go. I was going through some past brackets. My number 5 is Drew Hughes over Adam Garcia. And I put in parentheses really the whole tournament Drew had. He came in as the 8th seed and just mauled everybody. And that was the good old days. You only seeded 8, so he barely got seeded. And I was in that meeting, and it was, a lot of, oh, he's a freshman. And they're like, he's really good. And I remember the 1 seed, he was a returning champ. And then, Drew knocks him off in the quarters, and it's just like, why did we do this? Why did we do this? And it was, but more or less it's the whole tournament, but just the whole like.
And we should have phoned in Dane for this too. Dane loves the Al Smith. Dane's the historian of the Al Smith. It's like one of his favorite. I gotta write in, but he'll be on my honorable mention too. But like I would be willing to bet Drew probably has one of the highest pin rates of anyone that's wrestled at the Al Smith.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Dude, he pinned a ton of people there.
Well, with his senior year, he had the way they do the outstanding wrestler there. Actually, might need to do something for that. They do it by most pins in least amount of time for the champions. And the 1 year Streck had a forfeit, or someone defaulted to him. And so he couldn't get it. So he ended up trying to tech his guy in the finals because him and Drew were, they're friends, and they were, going back and forth. It was pretty funny. But
it was pretty good. I would say my number 4 is going to be, I'm going to say Paul Beck, Kyle Ersman. I think Kyle Ersman's only second. He had 2 losses in high school, and that was the second one. Lost in the semis as a freshman, and then lost that one, and then wrestled Paul Beck at the semi-state. Did he wrestle I don't think he got him in the finals that year, did he?
No. Come on, Zach. We're going to talk about that one. Oh, yeah, that's the one I want to talk about later. That was a crazy match. Okay, my number 4. This was there's a couple things. I'm pretty positive I wasn't there. Was I there? I think I was there. We weren't wrestling in it at that time. Cash Quiroga over Josh Harper. It was Harper's senior year. I think Cash tried to chase him at Trikoff and didn't get to him. And Harper was a 3-time champ. And I have the article, and I'll link it on there. But Chad Hollenball wrote an article. This was started the website. We were 3 weeks into the website, and he might, the clash went to Cash. The article's still on the website. You can read it. Pretty good stuff. That was one that kind of that's one of those Al Smith matches where he chased him up a weight class he wanted to go after the champ.
Did Frankie wrestle him there too, or did he lose like 1 year in like the semis? I'm sure with Zach's in there. I'm sure he has it too.
Yeah.
So. My number 3. This wasn't just a crazy match. I was on the mic for this one too. Reese Courtney, Christian Arbery, 3-2 tiebreakers. Like they had to restart the match. It was 30-second rideouts, and Courtney had got away, and they stopped the match, and he left. But like obviously he had to finish the match, and they had to bring him back, and they were still. And then I remember, man, it was like crazy because I remember there wasn't a lot of time left. There was like 8 seconds maybe, and right after the whistle, he went for like a collar tie. I remember everyone just yelled "shoot!" like we waited for him to come back. And Christian Arbery had some very tough,
dramatic,
some very dramatic matches at the Al Smith. Last year, I think he had a tough one in the with Staples, him and Staples, and what was it? The semis.
Yeah,
that was a crazy match. And then the coach is kind of chirping a little bit. So that was a good one. Christian Arbery, Reese Courtney.
Yeah, that's a good one. I know we kind of went over. I knew this one would be on your list. This is on my list, but my 2 other ones have some personal flavor. Mendez over Watts, 2018. This was one that we knew. I mean, Watts was returning state champ. We knew Mendez was really good, and it was a good match. It was a real good match. This is where we're like, okay, let's see how good Jesse. I mean, Jesse, he could have probably dodged Watts and Yorktown Kid. Yeah,
Braden
Curtis, but he went after a weight class with 2 state champions and beat Watts. Really good wrestler, and it was a good match and kind of cemented like, okay, this guy's really, really, really good. And not that we didn't know it, but he was a freshman, and you wanted to see that match.
And Watts was a returning champ. I think he had beat someone. Did he beat Triana the year before? He had beat someone pretty good in the finals.
Yeah,
the year before. Was committed to Central Michigan. And that was kind of one of those moments too where I was like, man, Jesse's different, bro. He's just a different. Yeah. He told me like when he was a 6th grader, I'm gonna be a 4-timer, and like you're like, okay, everyone says that, right? Like, and then and he did, and he's killing in the college level. But I remember after that match, like it was, and I think it was like 5-3. It wasn't like a blowout. It got further at the state finals, but I remember he was so strong. I got to go lift. That was such a fun match. Yeah, it was such a fun match. I have to go like lift more because he was so much stronger than me.
Jeffrey Brown. That Weingart Clark match was awesome.
That's
a kid. That one. That was what, 2 years ago. Those 2 left it all out on them. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, that wasn't even the finals. That was at the quarters, right? That wasn't even.
Yeah, that was semis because it was in the main gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they were going back and forth. Those two, they weren't going in another second. So
my number 2's a couple matches, and I'm gonna miss him. He wasn't there last year, but Hayden DeMarco definitely found ways to make it exciting. Hayden DeMarco, Czar Walker, that 10-7 match. I think Czar got a takedown late. And then DeMarco got like a reversal and backs to win.
Oh, yes.
And then the next year he wrestles, and with Eddie Goss, they go nose to nose. Like I have to like concentrate because if I don't read it like straight down, I'll lose my place. And I just heard the whole place going nuts. I'm like, what did I just say? And I look up and they're just nose to nose, center of the mat.
See, Goss won that one, right?
No, I think DeMarco did, right?
Oh yeah,
yes. DeMarco was a 3-time Al Smith champ.
Yeah, that was nuts. Yeah, it's like, whoa, they're getting face to face. Like we didn't even know they were that it was
chippy like
rival.
That.
Yeah,
I think fun. They got everyone excited.
Yep. My number 2, the Nikki Dubs over Eric Galka.
That's my honorable. You got my honorable mention and my number 1.
Yeah, and that was one of those. He made the video and everything, and it was a great, Galka's first loss. That was kind of Nick's kind of coming out party, and he ran it and won it there, and kind of.
He didn't win the tournament though.
What?
Nick didn't win.
He didn't?
That was like in the semis. I think he lost to Steve Salinas in the finals. I think.
Oh, I thought he beat him. Oh, geez.
I thought he lost to Steve Salinas in the finals. I don't think Nick won that. I think we'd have to ask Nick, obviously. I don't think he was the champ.
No, I don't probably have the bracket. I thought he won that.
I don't think so. I could be wrong. I thought Steve Salinas kind of had his number back in the South Bend Clay days.
No.
Text him. He'll get back to you. He loves that one. My number one.
Yeah.
Jesse.
Here we go. Okay, here we go. He had the TV. Oh man. Let me see. Edit this. Oh, I found it. Oh, crap. There we go. I got YouTube ID. I wonder if I can do that. Okay. Go ahead with yours.
I can pivot on it. Jesse Mendez and Watts is my number one, but I'll go to a different one. I thought the first year Calumet went back to the Al Smith was 2002. It was my first year out. I obviously had a bunch of friends on the team. My brother was still on the team. Jeff Asbill beat Matt Burkholter for a title there. He was like a couple seconds off of getting the OW. I think Alex Dolly might have got it that year. So Jeff Asbill, 2002, Jeff Asbill over Matt Burkholter.
Okay, let me get. Okay, I was trying. Where we go? Sorry for stealing your thunder.
No, that's good. Dude, Jesse, there was a couple of them. Obviously, like,
Okay. 2002.
2002, Jeff Asbill over Matt Burkholter.
Asbill?
Asbill, yeah. AZ. It's AZBI.
Over who?
Matt Burkholter.
Okay.
He beat him at state that year, too, I believe, in like the quarters.
Okay. So I'm watching the Weege John match. I think he won.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, he did win.
He won it.
Yeah, yeah, he did beat Slime. I think that was like one of the few times he beat him.
Oh, I didn't think he was the champ that year. Nice, good for Nick.
Yeah,
he's skinny.
Yeah, yes, he's skinny. So my number one, very personal. The 2016 semifinals at heavyweight, Jesse Lawson over Robert Samuels. That's a little bit personal, but that was a redemption match. Can I share the? Let's see, I did have the link. Let me find my links. I have way too many tabs up at all times. Where'd that go? Let me bring it up. I have the link to the match. I'll put it in the notes, but it was actually, it's not in my notes. It's right there. Where I got a little excited in the corner. So I'll put that in the chat. If you want to watch some excitement in the corner, there's
from you.
Yes, we'll watch it later. Yeah, it was just a redemption match. He lost to him earlier in the year, and Lawson ends up pinning everyone through into the finals.
No, don't spoil it.
No, they know what he wins.
Well, so. Yeah, but like, I want to see it.
You'll see it. It's actually just the ending. I have to find the full match video, but that was a fun one. Just getting him to the finals. He's the only champ that I coached there, so that adds a little bit more.
For who?
He was for Carroll.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't remember that? You were alive.
I was barely. No, I wasn't even alive.
Yeah, you were. It's 2016. It was December. No. So you're like.
Oh yeah. Okay.
9 months old. I can't believe you remember that.
Oh.
So.
Nick was going to be my honorable mention, but I'll go with. I think Gavin Gendris had some really good Al Smiths there. Like he 4-time champ. I know he beat Charlie LaRocca there twice. Every time I've left the Al Smith when we watched Gavin Gendris, I was like, man, like we'd always do a pound for pound, and he'd always be like my top 5.
Yeah. Yeah, he always had good tournaments. Unfortunately, Jesse was only Was he only a 2-time or was he a 3-time?
He was a 3-time. They missed the COVID year, but they were supposed to go. They weren't even going to go back. They were going to go to like Ohio.
Yeah. So
there was a match I really liked. Andre Merritt, Sam Goyne in the semis. I remember Andre Merritt like tossed him and the whole place went nuts. And like Sam like walked back to the middle, was like, all right, guys, settle down. And then winning.
So what was that one again?
Andre Merritt, Sam Goyne.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I remember that one. That was a good one.
And then my last honorable mention, another crazy match, Czar Walker and oh man, the Bloomington South. I can't think of it off the top. He's still there. He's 57 this year.
Cooksey?
He like ripped, huh?
Was it Cooksey?
Yeah, Cooksey. Wyatt Cooksey. He like ripped a headlock on him. Everyone thought like he was pinned, and then Czar ended up holding on for the win. It was a good match.
Yeah. So I got a few honorable mentions. I don't know, Zach's on.
I had one more. I wasn't there for it, but they told me it was a really good match. I got wrote in by request. Tim Maldonado, Travis Horn final. I did hear that Tim Maldonado hit the nicest headlock of all time in that match.
Nice.
Or like the best.
Yeah,
the best ever.
So I got a few honorable mentions. Where'd this go? Crap. So my first one, Ben Baker, Alex Skipper. I just want to see if Skipper is watching. See him comment. He's probably wearing his shorts because he is like that. I got some. I'll go with the ones that are not personal. I got two personal ones at the end. Thomas Pinola over Zach Fator. I know the other Zach mentioned that one. That was where he got the overtime call he got the overtime stall call before overtime started. Because Fator was like tying his shoe or slow to the back. And that's the one thing that like there's always some crazy controversies.
There's some crazy controversies for sure.
Yes, and it's that's the one thing I always whenever I see good matches I go that's the only thing I want them talking about the wrestling and not some controversy.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Zach Fator had some crazy some matches.
Yes, yeah. 2018, Braden Lytle over Riley Bedich.
That was an overtime match, right?
Yes. Both guys are just goers, and 7-2 overtime victory.
Riley's still doing it, man. Yep. Still out there doing his thing. Go follow him on TikTok.
Yeah. So then I have a couple personal ones. This is more of like just a run. Our first year we went at Garrett to Al Smith. We were at a really good tournament, and our 215-pounder Travis Crunchia lost to Jalen Robinson first round, and then ran it back all the way for fifth and had like 5 pins, and just ran. He had a real tough match with with one of the Lowell kids in like the first round of consolations, and then just first or second round, and then just ran it back, just pinning everybody. It was like one of those runs that he had a day, or 2 days. And it was one of those things that was like, it was awesome to see and it was fun to watch, but it's just one of those days that you like, okay, this is a lot of fun. That year was the year Snyder left mid-season, and the seating meeting was just naps. I didn't go. We won't get into that, but it was just it was a cluster, and kids weren't seated where they should have been. It was really bad. But then we came out. We ended up having 5 places in our first year there with some solid kids, and it was a lot of fun. But that was one of those runs where a guy just ran it back for fifth after he saw he had Jalen, and we knew that was not going to be a good matchup for us or anyone else in that tournament.
Yeah, nah, Jalen's pretty good.
Yeah, so I had to put that one in there. Just I think it was 2011.
I think that like one of the really cool things about the Alex Smith is it's such a tradition-rich like tournament too.
Yeah,
and I was just kind of looking at the comments like Zach could do a top 5 with just Hobart matches. I'm sure you had the Triana and Watts or Albin over LaRocca. You had, Black and Malloy. That was a really good match. The year Danville was there, like for the hot second.
Yeah, I had to double check. I was like, it's like they were.
And that's not even talking about like some old Hobart. Like I'm sure Alex Ramos had some wars there, and like Belmont. I'm sure Belmont's been there since the start, right?
Yeah, you could probably do a top 100 of Belmont matches there.
Dude, I'm sure like there's probably some Belmont matches in there that you just like walk away and you're like, wow, I'm sure you talk to Rex and Dan, they can give you a top 5 of their Al Smith all time. You could, obviously Mishawaka, Penn, just the teams that were there that have been there for a long time.
Yeah. And then I got one more personal just because it was a pretty cool move. Ethan Hicks over Brock Ellis, high flyer, Bo Nickel over the back type.
Yeah.
And that was pretty fun because it kind of emphasized a pretty good tournament for him. And that was pretty cool. But
I'm sure there's some Chesterton ones in there too. They probably have had like a list, a hand. I know like the Davisons had a lot of wins there, and Keith was probably there back in the day. I think that's like a really cool thing about the event is like there's a lot of. I was thinking about it today, like think about how many coaches that are coaching there now also wrestle in that event.
Oh yeah. The Lucas Davison, Luke Pinola.
Yeah.
That was a real good match. Those two got after it, and that was a real good match. I had that one. I saw that one like, ooh, that was a good one.
And a lot of these are just finals, but the semis. There's that Staples Arbery match was really good last year. Just man, like that was and it was just like such a heated match. What was the one the year before? It was Belmont and Mishawaka, right? Like who was that down the corner? Remember? And that got real chippy too. They had to call security.
Oh yes. Who was it? I do have those up.
I think there's only been three 4-time Al Smith champs, right? Randy Baker, Tommy Forte, and Gavin Gendris. Or did Drew win 4? Maybe.
Yeah, Drew won 4 too.
And Drew won 4.
Yeah. Who was that?
It was, I believe it was Chavez, and who would it have been from Belmont? It'd have been like 65.
Oh, was it was it you said last year or the year before?
I think it was 2 years ago, right?
Let's see. Oh shoot. Darn it.
And like I remember like there was some chirping going on. It's just a really cool event. The gym, it's a good. I don't know. I've only watched a little bit from up top, but like obviously I got a pretty good.
It was Duke Myers, Myers, and Will Kennedy. Is that what? Yeah.
Maybe
I think it was Duke Myers.
I thought it was Chavez, but I could have been wrong. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That gym is that's an awesome gym. It's like 100 years old, literally. And it gets rowdy. People are on top of each other. I mean, the fans are right on top of the action.
And man, it's like it's crazy. Like the teams that have been there, and it'll be interesting because there's some new teams there, right? Like, where's Homestead going to position themselves? Because you look around and everyone's in the same spots every year.
Oh yes.
Like, all the teams are like, this is where we're at. Like, where Belmont's at, where Penn's at, where Hobart's at, where LC's at. You just look and it's like cool. Like now you have these new teams coming in. Where's the Hanover team going to be? Where's Homestead going to go?
That's and that's kind of one of those traditions with the event of everyone goes in their same little corners or nooks and they have everything. And now the new teams are going to have to figure that out. The new teams also have to figure out the 2 gym. I mean, the 2 gym thing, like you miss matches constantly.
Oh yeah.
And especially you're going to be in the little guy gym. And so you can't even get up, if I hear of a match going on in the other gym, maybe the quarters are starting a little bit earlier. I can go down there and watch, and you're like stuck there and you're just watching on now USA bracketing, but you're stuck there watching and stuff. So
like up on an elevated platform, and taking a couple bathroom breaks, but really just kind of like motoring through that thing. You know, I appreciate those guys having me. Like it's a cool event. I remember like when Steve had originally asked, I was like, yeah, like of course. And then it's like, dude, this is like a tournament that we didn't wrestle in, but everyone knows about, you know, and that they're like kind of giving you the like now, like, hey, like do a good job. So awesome event, like an awesome gym for it. The finals are good. Like they run all the mats. Like you only get to make it to the next day. It's not like Iron Man where you get like one match and then if you make it, it's if you're there the second day, like you did something right. You were talking about your guy, like he lost first match. We had a guy in 02. He didn't qualify state or anything. I don't even know if he ever went to semi-state. He lost his first match in overtime and wrestled overtime matches all the way back to third.
Oh, jeez.
Mike Hoff. He wrestled every match was overtime. And I remember thinking, like, dude, this is like a wild run. And then you're like, but you see like those matches and like if that kid can get on that run, then you know he can get to state. And then a lot of guys that are champs don't necessarily not make it to state. There's only been a handful that I remember that were like not state qualifiers that have been champs at the Al Smith.
Yeah, and your overtime guy that was probably back when the coin flip for the second overtime.
Yeah,
so you're running that that's a you better go to the casino if you're winning those coin flips like that. But
my brother wrestled Ed Wineland there. I think that was Ed's last high school match. Like broke his collarbone in the match. So UFC fighter Ed Wineland for Chesterton.
So yeah, that's gonna it's such a like has such a lore in Indiana wrestling, which is really cool that we're involved this deeply in it. And you know, you kind of at times you just want to sit back and like, wow, this is, I mean, this is probably one of the most popular events in the state regular season. Obviously, Team State's probably right up there too, but this is an event that a lot of people talk about. They wanted to be in there. I know when we were at Garrett, we were trying to get in, and we had an open invite, and our AD wouldn't let us in there until finally he decided he would let us in there. And obviously, I know our wrestlers that had paved that way were kind of upset that they didn't get to wrestle in it because they wanted to be in it. And it's really cool to be in that kind of event. So, I think he's talking about
Spartan Classic.
Spartan Classic.
Yeah, I thought it was Ike Valdez. I thought that was it. Valdez, not like Chavez. Valdez, Isaac Valdez. I thought that was it. Yeah, it's such a cool event, man. And I know Steve isn't the head coach now. Benji Dolly's taking over for Steve, and dude, Steve did a lot to bring teams in and try to turn over some teams and bring tougher teams in there. And when some of the teams are starting to fade a little bit, and obviously some of the South Bend schools closing, doesn't help with that and open the door for some squads. But man, he did a really good job. I think like people are going to look back and be like, dude, he put a lot into that tournament to bring some squads like Garrett in when they were coming up, and now Homestead's coming in, Hanover's coming in. And I mean, can you imagine like back in the day, if you could have had a handful of Olympians and NCAA champ running through your tournament, you know?
Yeah. Maybe it was the 7th place match there, Myers and Valdez.
It was I didn't get to see what happened, but I just see the commotion going over there, and just got the show goes on. Steve Senior, he'll handle it. He'll go make sure everything's going right.
Yeah, it's a great event, and I know. I mean, I even know Steve's, even though he's not. I don't know if he is helping out or not, but I know he's still. How many the people that have been involved, how much they care about the event, how much they care about how it's ran, how everything. I know that, like I said, they have two new ADs who are going in. Eyes are just like, they have no clue, and helps that, like we were able to come in and help with the seating meeting and get that over with, because that can be a pain in the butt, and it's a lot of things that non-wrestling people don't understand. And having someone that knows what has number one, we have the clout, we have the respect from the coaches that, hey, they know what they're doing. It's hard to question that kind of, that stuff. And it's not some just random person that's running the seating meeting that doesn't know anything about wrestling, or even, that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm excited for the event. There might be some cool content coming on our social medias. So from the event, so we're working on planning. So we got a few days to plan some cool content, maybe on our video content. So
I think, yeah, it's it's just a really cool event. Like I know the people, like you said, like the people that have been involved. I know you said that Jean's not doing it this year, and she had been a part of it for a long time.
I think she is helping out. I don't know. I don't think she's the main one running it this year. I did see she was on the admin list, so I think she might be. Okay. She might be running like the big guy gym or something. Something.
She's a sweetheart. And I mean, but
she's a little less stressful than running the whole tournament, and I think. But she does a great job and did it for years. Mm-hmm. So,
and just like it means a lot to the community. It's a great event.
Yes,
we gotta get Morgan up there someday. He said he's never been to the Tri-Coff. He's never been to the Al Smith. He's living on the southern part of the state. He needs to come up.
Yep, he's afraid of the north side. Yeah, and Mother, he was supposed to come up to the Tri-Coff this year, but Mother Nature kept him away.
Yeah, I know. Well, karma. It was karma. He was giving the team a hard time for canceling, and then they canceled.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, great events going on this week. It's kind of cool that the three big ones, actually, I mean, I guess there's four, but they're kind of staggered enough that we're going to be able to catch them all. So we're not going to be looking at Mater Dei and Connersville and Mooresville results the same time we're looking at Al Smith, and Al Smith being a little bit later.
Speak of the devil.
Say his name 3 times, he shows up. So now Al Smith's kind of separated then from everything else. I think there's some other stuff, but the other 3 are big tournaments are all different days. So we're gonna have a little bit of an idea of what went on in the other ones, and we're gonna be able to compare which events had the most upsets and stuff.
A lot of teams that are competing for spots at teams or seeds at Team State too. So you're gonna have an opportunity to be in front of a big part of that seeding committee with Dane. And if you have a good Al Smith, he's gonna probably walk away and be like, "Man, these guys are really good."
And girls sectional is this Friday.
Yeah, I heard Professor's chasing down records and everything till midnight.
Professor, he works tirelessly for Indiana Wrestling behind the scenes.
I think, like we were talking about the house, but there's so many people in the state that put so much into it. So,
yeah. So. Yeah, that's a pretty good show without very much going on. 2 hours in.
Minimal rants.
Not many rants this time. I mean, the seating meeting went pretty smooth. I was ready. I had a notepad up for rants, or the things that were said in the seating meeting, and unfortunately, nothing too crazy was said, so I couldn't go after that. So yeah. Other than that, pretty good day. We're excited for this week. Great week of wrestling. So one of our favorite weeks of the year. So rankings are going to be all messed up, and so
probably don't need an update yet.
Yeah. As far as programming, Sunday is the bracket reveal for Team State. So that will be on the WZBD, and I think we're going to be and it'll be on our socials, I believe, also. Still working out the kinks on that one because I have some things to do that night, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it up there for you guys, and then on Monday we'll be having our regular show back to normal, recapping Al Smith and all the other tournaments, and then talking about Team State. So that's going to be a long show. So maybe we'll get on there a little early. Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, girls sectionals Friday also. We'll probably do something next week with the girls about their regional, which feeds into state. And if you're interested in helping with girls content, we are always taking applications.
I just told injured Crown Point wrestler we got some stuff that we can go and get some stuff. So he wants to help out. Said, "How are your feelings on girls wrestling? Let's get some content."
Yeah, I have definitely reach out, and we will work on things and work out make sure things are good. And then, I mean, we're not just gonna let anyone. I will say that I do want to vet the people because I do take a lot of pride in the website and stuff. And if I read a sample paragraph and it looks like my son wrote it,
no, yeah, come on, Rocco, tell him, come on, bro.
Yeah. So
hey, I'm smarter than you in some ways.
Oh yes, baseball trivia probably.
No, in the Roman numerals.
Oh, Roman numerals, yes. It's been a while since I've brushed up on my Roman numerals.
I even know the names.
Yes. So with that, we are going to get out of here. We'll see hopefully a lot of you guys Friday and Saturday in Mishawaka. Should be some great wrestling. Should be some great wrestling in Connorsville, Evansville, North Montgomery. North Montgomery has a real good event. Mike, I gave you admin access for about an hour.
He said he had all the power. I said, man, did you just start banning people?
He wanted to. He knew better, though. He knows, since I got him a job with ESPN at NCAs, he knows I can take that away. So, but with that, we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys for joining us. Have a great week and a happy new year until we see you. We'll see you guys all next year, actually. So we'll see you guys next time.
Last one of the year.
Hang up, pick your nose.